There's a part of me that I've always perceived to be like kind of snobby or entitled. And yesterday it clicked for me like what is actually going on, and that's not at all what's going on. I always feel more comfortable, safe, relaxed when I'm in kind of luxury environments, like really nice hotels, fine dining establishments, or even just like upscale coffee shops. Like I always feel a sense of like home and soothing there. And I always thought this was because I've had like a lot of my most happy memories happen in kind of expensive environments from childhood where I had a decent amount of privilege. And I do think there's a piece to that, right? But yesterday I was in a pretty high-end environment and I was reminded of tall poppy syndrome. And if you don't know what that is, I'll briefly go over it. I understand it in the context of New Zealand specifically, so it might be broader than that, but I'm going to talk about it from what I understand. In New Zealand, there's a culture of kind of wanting everybody to stay on the same level. So if you try to express yourself or better yourself in any way, the people around you are going to pull you down to size. They're like, no, come back to our level. Don't do that. Don't try to be better. And again, I learned about this specifically when I was visiting New Zealand and talking to people years ago. But I actually think we can see that everywhere, where there's some level of the people around us, regardless of where you are gonna try to say like, hey, maybe don't try to be too much better than me. Or like if you're the person in your friend group that earns the most money, you might have experiences where other people like try to use you for that money. Or if you're the person in your family that like is in really good shape and works out and nobody else is, like you might get comments that are kind of negative towards that. Like that energy. Like I think we all know what I'm talking about, right? We've all felt that to some degree. And what I'm realizing is that when I'm in a luxury environment, I have no risk of being the tall poppy. If all the people around me have more money than me and have like better life circumstances, there's very little risk that I'm gonna be pulled down to size because everyone around me has more. They're better regulated, they're better supported, better resourced. I mean, to a degree, we're making a lot of assumptions, but we all know that money buys a lot of access and a lot of freedom and a lot of support. So when I'm in these, again, luxury environments, I can expand, I can be myself. I don't have to worry about somebody pulling me down. And of course that feels safe. Of course that feels safe. And now the counter argument is that some of the cruelest people in my life, like the man that outed me to my parents before I was ready, was very wealthy. Like obviously this is not a one-to-one translation. This is not, no. But I do think that there is something to be said for putting yourself around people that have it better than you, to show your nervous system that it is realistic, safe, and normal to have what you want, and to be around people that are gonna more likely be likely to encourage you rather than try to pull you back down to size.